In 1849, gold was discovered in California, and this set off one of the biggest migrations in human history. Everybody pursued their dream of coming from wherever they were in the world to California. And the reason this was so compelling is because the idea of digging in the dirt and finding enough gold to pay your way through life and give the world the finger was very, very compelling. It didn't have any entry requirements. You didn't have to pass a test. You didn't have to pass a job interview. You didn't have to have a college degree. You didn't have to have a license. Anybody that could physically move themselves from where they were to California could become rich. But there's a couple of interesting ideas associated with the gold rush. Number one is that most of the people that made money during the gold rush were not the gold rushers themselves. These were people selling things to the gold rushers. In fact, Levi Strauss built their clothing empire by selling dry goods to the gold rushers. The second idea is that within the gold rush people, the gold miners, the gold panners, they fell into a Pareto distribution, the 80-20 rule, which means that 20% of the gold rushers got 80% of the money. The people that got there early got most of the money. The people that came late didn't get a lot of money. And of those that did make consistent money in the gold rush, in today's dollars, they were lucky if they got $100 per day. But here's the thing. If you take all of these people around the world that self-identified themselves as having the ambition and the motivation and the confidence to move from wherever they were to California to find gold, even if they didn't find gold, you take this kind of people, this type of personality, and you put them all in the same place, and you're going to get an economic boom. And that's why California was such a boom place in the early days. Today, there's a similar gold rush happening. It's been going on for the past 10, 20 years. And it shares a lot of similar characteristics with the original gold rush. And there's three basic areas that comprise this modern gold rush. Amazon self-publishing, any kind of social media. If you can go viral on social media, you can make a ton of money, and professional speaking. These are three areas that have a couple of similarities with the original gold rush. There's no entry requirements. Anybody can do these things. There's massive upside potential. You can make as much money as you want to so long as you're willing to put in the work. And it also has the same kind of characteristics as far as who is making the money. Most people making the money in these three areas are not the people within these three areas. Most of the money being made is by selling things to these people. If you go online and saying, how do I become famous on Amazon? How do I become successful on Amazon? You'll find plenty of people that are happy to sell you a course on how to become successful selling Amazon books by using AI generated text, and you can become a best-selling author and never have to write a book. If you go online and look for courses or ideas on how to become famous on social media, you'll find plenty of people that are willing to sell you something to help you do that. If you go online and look for information on how to become a professional speaker, a paid public speaker, you'll find plenty of people that are willing to help. The other thing is also true, that within these three areas, it falls under a Pareto distribution. 20% of the people are making 80% of the money. 20% of authors on Amazon are selling 80% of the books. 20% of everybody that's on social media is getting 80% of the social media views and followers on social media. 20% of professional speakers are making 80% of the money. So if you want to be successful in these three areas, if this sounds like your dream, your purpose in life, how do you differentiate yourself from the 80%? How do you get yourself up into that top 20%? Well, the secret is not really a secret. It's actually a very simple idea. Number one is give up any foolish ideas of shortcuts. All of the courses that sell stuff to people that want to become successful in these three areas make it sound like you can kind of shortcut your way to the top. But if you study all of the successful people who have ever lived in any area, very few of them got there by finding a secret shortcut. All of them got there by persistence and dedication and continuous effort towards their goals. So that's the first idea you need if you want to become successful in any of these three areas. You need to realize it is a long game plan. Two is you need to have an idea of what you want to get when you get there. You need to have a very, very carefully calibrated, highly articulated, highly choreographed idea in your mind of what it will be like when you get there. This is going to keep you motivated. Imagine the original gold rushers. Every day they got up on their journey to California and they imagined what it would be like when they got there. They imagined what it would be like when they could find that big chunk of gold in the dirt, and that kept them motivated because moving from wherever they were to California was not easy. It took consistent, persistent effort and patience. You need to do the same thing. Have belief in yourself, and that will be helped if you build a huge ambition coupled with a vision of what you want, a highly detailed vision of what you want. But there's something in here that didn't exist in the original gold rush. There's another element that makes this much more compelling. If you were a gold rusher and you found a chunk of gold in the dirt, you could retire, pay your way through life, and nobody would ever know who you were. But these three things allow for not only unlimited financial success, but potentially unlimited fame. So this has the trifecta of the dream for most people. There's no entry requirements. It has potential upside financial benefits and potential unlimited upside fame, which is why so many people are attracted to these three things. But it also has another thing that you'll need to have to differentiate yourself from everybody else, to step outside of the pack of people who look for shortcuts and then quit when they don't work. And that is these three things require you have some type of a message, some type of an idea, some type of a story that you want to share through the world, either through publishing or social media or public speaking. You need to have some kind of message, something important that you want to share. You wouldn't have this dream unless you had some kind of message. You might not know what that message is, but cultivating and calibrating that message is part of the journey. And once you step onto your journey and you start making slow, steady progress towards your ambition, you'll realize something that most people won't ever realize. You will realize something that most people can't ever realize. And that is, with a strong enough ambition, with a clear visualization of what that ambition is, and a message you feel compelled to share with the world, just being on the path to that ambition, that path is where life happens. That path of being on your purpose is where life is. This path is where you will create all your best relationships. This path is where you will discover all the wonderful things about yourself, about the world. This path is where you will learn all your skills that you need to learn to get to where you want to go. The purpose of life is to be on the path of your ambition. If you embrace this idea, if you accept this idea, you will not fail. You will succeed. It might take a while, but being on the path, you'll realize, makes life feel exciting, makes life feel like you're doing something that will resonate for the ages. So get started on your path. Build the big ambition. Do something every day to get you closer to that ambition and calibrate your message. Cultivate your message. Your message that you need to tell the world. The message that the world will remember about you. And like Winston Churchill allegedly said, never give up, never give up, never give up. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to learn more, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.